Here's one about boundaries and permissions. It's not super detailed. I'll try to fill in some of the blanks. And you may remember this, you may not. This is what we actually talked about, but curious how an unplugged man should and would handle this. Let's say your girlfriend wants to go to some sort of event, but you're busy with your mission, business, work, etc. It's about half days of drive to go to the event. I believe that the move here is to not go and focus on your mission instead. My question is, would you let her go by herself or with her friends to the event? Basically, are you going to let your woman go do something with friends if you're not around, or let her go do something else that's half a day's drive away, essentially?
What's the event?
I think it was some sort of parade. It's like a one-time, let's see if I can have some more context. It was a one-time event. Let's see. Once a year parade, boats. There's a lot of food booths. So it's like a convention or like a 1 day event, like a lot of vendors, things like that. Kind of like a
just carnival, like a big event. Or is it like a learning?
No, it seems like it's more of a fun event. Like it's not an overnight trip. It says it's like a parade kind of deal. Like it's a big 1 day celebration.
Man, if it's gay pride, if it's some raga caravana shit or something like that, then it's fucking no. If it's like Wolfstock because she wants to go and check out like the latest, greatest dog collars and sweaters and booties for fluffy white dogs, and you're not into that, then just tell her to go with her friends. Like the whole event thing and boundary setting is like, if she's asked for your commitment and you're going to give her commitment, and she's going to then go and put herself in places and rooms that are going to jeopardize said commitment, i.e., hey, there's an event in Vegas this weekend and I'm going to go with my friends Becky and stuff like that. So I'll see you in like 4 days when I get back. And it's like, what Vegas is all about, man. Then it's just, look, I just don't take women seriously that do stuff like that. And she might throw a hissy fit, or, well, I can't travel without, you won't go with me, or I just can't travel. I like to travel, sort of stuff like, okay, find shit that doesn't put the relationship at risk. I'm not having somebody that's asked for my commitment go and fucking hang out in Cancun for a week at a foam cannon party. I'm sorry. That's like, do I have dipshit written on my forehead? Like, do I look like a fucking idiot? No. There's guys that will do that will even encourage it, that like cuckoldry. These people actually exist. Go find one of those dipshits, right? And that's just how you have to handle stuff like that. You have to be clear on it, though. It's like, there's got to be like a little bit of clear. Okay, what's the event? How long is the event for? What's the purpose of the event? Who's going to be there? Sort of thing. You got to evaluate some of those things. And I think what it boils down to is, again, if she's asked you for commitment, and then she's then going to go and put herself in rooms or places that could compromise her commitment to you, then she's not committed to you, right? It's just, she's basically marketing herself while she's committed to you. She's like, yeah, I like you and I want to be with you, but I'm going to go and entertain some options over here at this fucking parade.
Yeah, I think that's really what boils down to what you said in that last part there. It's all contextual. It really all depends. Who's going to be there? Who's she going with? How long is the drive? Is it an overnight trip? Where is it taking place? What's going to be on the agenda for the activities? It's always funny. Like, so many of these women, and I don't believe them for a second, so many of these women that used to come on Ladies Night, I think I'm sure they still do it when we're talking about going on girls trips or bachelorette parties. They're like, all we do is go get a cabin in the woods and like play Twister and like paint our nails. I'm like, you guys are such liars. Like, it's just not what happens.
Look,
we know you're not
cabin in the woods, Moff. Like, if they're driving 3 hours up to Algonquin, like where we go and do these fucking
much different
retreats, go do your little fucking girls retreat, book club, have fucking fun. Right. Sure. But if it's like cabin in Vegas, cabin in Miami, cabin in Cancun,
cabin in Breckenridge, we know what happens down there. Like, it's a freaking ski town. We know what happens. Yeah. We've been there enough times. So yeah, it's all contextual. And again, this is a question by a guy, in my opinion, who's still really early in the journey. This is what you see a lot. Guys are really looking for a lot of black and white answers. There's not a lot of, like, they don't really understand the gray areas and the nuance. So all of this stuff has to come into play. But there's obviously some things that it's like, yeah, this is a pure hard no. It's Vegas. It's a club. It's going out to this. It's like the girlfriends that I'm with are like, oh, none of them have boyfriends and they all want to go out to the club and wear skimpy shit. It's like, yeah, it's obviously a no. So yeah, like, ideally these kinds of questions in these situations don't happen at all because you've done a good enough job vetting on the forefront before you ever gave this girl your commitment that and then she has such GBD for you. She doesn't even want to go if you're not there. Right. So it's like, I would never want to be with a girl who is like, I want to go to this event so bad that I still want to go to it more than I want to stay home or do something different with you. And I think I'm sure people might call me crazy in the comments and they think that that's cuckoo, but it's definitely possible. And it's only possible if you are unrelentingly, like we say, if you're unrelentingly steadfast on your boundaries and you don't break them for anybody or anyone, and you set that stuff from the very beginning. Like guys get screwed up is because they don't start off with this and then they come and they read the book or they find the YouTube channel and they're like, oh, damn, like, well, I'm 6 months into this relationship and I just found the book today. So how am I going to claw all the mistakes back that I made over the last? Like, you don't. Like, you just can't, man. You have to hope for the best that she's not going to screw you in some way, shape, or form or fashion. But most likely, like the relationship that you come into your unplugging with is already on borrowed time as it is, because your whole world is going to change and you're going to try to do things today that you haven't been doing for the last 6 months. And if there's one thing chicks hate, it's being told no after they've been told yes a whole bunch of times, or you changing the rules to the game, or you clawing things back that she's already had. Like a lot of them are like children. Like if you give the kid a toy or a candy and you do it every day, when you take that away, like they become entitled to that. They're not going to understand, or they're going to be mad. They're going to be indignant about it. So it's just not something you can do.
I'm just going to say it like it is, man. It's like, women don't make great choices when it comes to putting themselves in certain rooms and places. And in the past, fathers and older brothers would create some guidance and some boundaries around that. So there was one part, family would do their best to help manage, their girls or daughters or sisters sort of lives so they didn't fuck them up. And then there was another part, obedience on their part. So, you got a lot of women that don't get any good guidance, and you have a lot of women that get guidance that aren't obedient to the guidance that they get. And they go and do stupid shit they were told not to fucking do from the get-go, because the father or the brothers had the foresight to say, if you do insert this, that's not going to be good for you because of these reasons. And she'll go and do it fucking anyway. So, look, man, like if I'm to lead the relationship, I pay for everything when we go out. When the fucking zombie apocalypse comes or the fucking whatever army invades a country and I got to bust out my guns and stand in front of bullets to fucking protect your ass, you're doing what I tell you. And if there's a boundary, it's a boundary. And if you don't like it, go away. Like you just clearly don't have the level of respect or the maturity to follow a strong, like, every chick wants a strong, masculine, virtuous man. He's got to be alpha. He's got to be strong, until that dude sets some fucking boundaries and then she doesn't like it. And then she calls him controlling and insecure or some shit like that. And it's like, no, that's not what it is at all. You're just being told that something can't happen and you don't like it, so you throw a hissy fit. And that's just, again, that's just one of those things where it's just like, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You want the benefits of dating a guy that's paying for everything when we go out. You never have to bust out your fucking credit card when the bill comes at the restaurant. Don't even embarrass me by taking it out. I got it. But you're going to do what I tell you to do.
Yeah. Maybe the biggest misconception that so many of these women have, and this came up on a previous, I think not either last week or probably the week before ladies' night, where it's like, yeah, the guy that's going to pay for everything. I think it was the gym. She's like, yeah, I like a guy that's like ripped up. I want a guy that's jacked with like a 6-pack, but I don't want him to be obsessed with the gym. Like, what are you talking about?
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here, where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel? Hit subscribe.